Good morning, Cheshire Wilder Schools, and welcome to the Winter Assembly for the Wilder Schools of Cheshire. This morning, for our assembly, I'm going to be first taking you on a little bit of a walk through some woodlands, and this walk is in a beautiful winter morning sunshine, and I can hear the birds singing in the trees, I can hear water rustling by, and it really helps me feel calm and connect with nature. As part of our assembly this morning, I'm going to be talking to you about one of the creatures that you might see, if you're lucky, but hear these winter nights. It's a nocturnal creature, one that you'll certainly have heard of. It's our owl. We're also going to be having a minute of mindfulness where we're going to listen to some birdsong and look at some of the beautiful structures of the trees in our woodlands. In our assembly today, I'm also going to be talking to you about some of the promises and pledges that you can fulfill this season. Let's start with our pledges update, our promises update. So, welcome and thank you for your pledges. St Philip's Westbrook, Bexton Primary, All Saints CE Primary, Dalham Primary, and the Cobbs Infant School. Every child, every pupil who is at a Wilder school has made a promise for nature, and the total number of pledges for action for nature is now at 1,888. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Every single person who makes a small act, a small change for nature can have a huge difference if we all do that one little thing. Let's talk about owls now, the second part of our assembly today. Show me 5 fingers. There are 5 types of owl in the UK. The first one I want to talk about is the barn owl. The barn owl likes to hunt in fields, maybe farmland, long grasses where they can find their prey. Listen to its sound. It does not make a classic tu-it-tu-oo. It's almost a screech noise. So if you're out walking and you hear that sound, maybe it's dusk going into the evening, you know that is a barn owl. Next one, a little owl. As its name suggests, it is really quite small, a very little owl. And this is the sound it makes. Almost like that hoot, like the classic sound you would think of for an owl. And now on to our tawny owls, the third one I want to tell you about. This tawny owl can be seen on the edge of woodlands. They've got a mottled brown and creamy tummy. Listen. Makes that to-it. That's the sound of the tawny owl. Now we've got our short-eared owl. Listen out. Almost like the screeching barn owl. And last one, our long-eared owl. And you can see from the picture why it is called the long-eared owl. Listen. A much higher pitched, much more higher pitched call. Okay. And there are 5 owls. I'd like to show them to you now. Watch the video and learn a little bit more about our owls. said at the start of our assembly that we were going to have a moment of mindfulness, a minute of mindfulness. But what is mindfulness? You might have heard that word before. Take a moment to talk to your partner and discuss, what could mindfulness mean? So, stop those conversations, eyes back on me. So, mindfulness. Mindfulness is a practice. It's like meditation. It's being in the present, taking in the sights in front of you, listening for the sounds around you in that moment, being calm, breathing in the smells and the air that's in that moment. Take a look around. A nice place to be mindful and to take that mindfulness moment is maybe in a woodland or perhaps in a field. Find a spot near you that's wild and full of nature. Perhaps you'll try your own minute of mindfulness on your journey home from school today. Or perhaps you'll try your own minute of mindfulness this weekend in a local woodland or on a nice walk with your family. Let's take a minute of mindfulness now. I want you to just be quiet, focus on the beautiful sounds and sights in front of you. Enjoy. In this final part of the assembly, we're going to be talking about what you can do this season to take action for wildlife. So, here towards the end of winter, one thing that you could do this half term is to start growing your own food. Now is a great time to plant seeds. And if we do this, we are reducing the amount of miles that our food has to travel to reach the supermarket. We're connecting with nature, and also food that we grow ourselves doesn't add to our plastic problem. So try planting some seeds this half term, and then in the summer you'll be eating your homegrown or school-grown produce. A different task is to go for a walk in the rain. Go for a walk in the rain this winter. It'll connect you with the outdoors, connect you with our wild spaces. Another task for this half term could be to make a hedgehog doorway, a wildlife corridor through your garden. Now is a great time to be doing this because hedgehogs will soon be waking up from their hibernation. And if we connect our outdoor spaces, this means that hedgehogs and other wildlife can find food in your garden, and they can also find others of their species, so they can find a mate. The hedgehog doorways need to be at least 15 centimetres high. Show me what that would be. And 15 centimetres wide. A school ruler, a small school ruler, is usually 15 centimetres long. So that high and that wide. And the final task for this half term, as we go into March, would be to go on a nocturnal wildlife walk. It's a great time of year to be spotting foxes who are hunting for food, maybe badgers who are waking up in those hours before our normal bedtimes. So get out and see what you can spot. If you go out at dusk, you might even, and you walk through woodlands, you may even get to see some bats. So, take action for wildlife, and that can be action that helps wildlife, or it could be something that will just connect you with nature. When each school joins the Wilder Schools network, every pupil in that school makes a promise, a pledge to nature, something they're going to do, some action they're going to take to help wildlife. What was yours? Just whisper it to the person next to you. So, the question is, have you completed your promise or pledge yet? Perhaps it was to put up a bird box. Maybe it was to plant some wildflower seeds. Maybe it was to put a pond in your garden, or a hedgehog highway, a doorway for hedgehogs to get into your garden. Whatever your promise was, whatever your pledge, try and keep that promise, so that together every Wilder Schools pupil can make a huge difference for wildlife. Teachers, I now need your help. I want you to find out how many pupils have completed their promise at this point in the year. Now, it is only February, so not everyone will have completed their pledge or promise yet. But what I would love is for the teachers to tell us how many pupils have completed their promise. For example, you might be able to type in that chat box, in the comments underneath the video, 4 children from Bexton Primary School, Year 4, have completed their promise. Maybe you're a teacher at Arden Primary School, and you might type in the comments, 5 people from Year 6 have completed their action for nature. Or maybe you are from Cobb's Infant School, and you can type that 3 children from Year 2 have already completed their promise. When we count up all of our promises, we will find out that together the Wilder Schools network is making a huge difference, a positive impact on nature. Thank you for joining me on my walk today for your winter Wilder Schools assembly, and I'll see you next half term for the spring assembly. Bye.